Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our Let's Play Halo the Master Chief Collection on the Ninja Stalker, and we're gonna continue our campaign through with Halo 2. It is my least favorite of the bunch because the difficulty setting was ramped up since Halo Combat Evolved. When Halo Combat Evolved came out, each difficulty was as they were, which is kind of hard to say because everything's kind of subjective based on the person who's analyzing it, right? So to me, Legendary was tough. Legendary was tough. You've seen my Let's Play. There were times that I've died, probably more than you'd like to see in one location. But hey, I was able to beat the game and say so and show that it is possible to do it on a single player, and I did it, I think, pretty well. Halo 2, on the other hand, you will not see me play this on Legendary. I'm not even going to attempt because Rather, I'm not going to attempt to record that and show you because I tried weeks ago, or actually a month or two ago. Whatever the case is, I tried recording a Let's Play on Legendary for Halo 2. It did not work out not too well at all. Yesterday, I did try playing this on normal and ended up being pretty easy. So what we're going to do now is play Halo 2. As you can see, it says resume, but we're not going to resume. We're going to play it on heroic because normal, well, I was just going through and ripping all the covenants and anyone who's bad, basically. Because in this game, you actually get to play as Covenant as well. You get to play as the Arbiter. So I was ripping new assholes for the opposing force. Let's put it that way. For the Op 4, they all got new assholes. On normal for me. Legendary, it was the other way around. We're not even going to go there. But we're going to try on heroic because it should be a step up from normal. But we shall see. So let's go on here. Yes, we'll lose current progress. I don't give. Yeah, there we go. Give this a try. And then I have to watch these cutscenes again. That's going to annoy the shit out of me. But yeah, Halo 2 is not my favorite. It's that kind of intermittent.
I do not trust you. He may, but I do not.
Noted.
My friend's trust is not the issue today, Spartan Locke. It is my trust you must earn.
Arbiter.
You are a hunter, yes. A seeker of things.
That's not the official job title, but it's close enough.
And now you hunt other Spartans.
I'm not so much hunting a Spartan as I'm hunting the Spartan.
You seek.
117.
I was not told the identity of your prey.
That is why I'm sharing it with you now. We're talking about trust, after all. May I ask you something? Your people used to call him Demon. Was that an insult or a compliment?
An insult, to be sure, but one with a modicum of respect. He was indeed my enemy, but in time, I named him ally, even friend. The events which forged this bond were complicated.
I still have the tendency to want to skip these cutscenes, but I can't because I'm trying to show you guys, even though you can see other videos of this online, it's my channel, so I might as well have it up.
There was only one chip.
One? Are you sure?
Yes, they called it the Pillar of Autumn.
So he's given the events told in Combat Evolved, Halo Combat Evolved, the first Halo.
As we set fire to their planet.
This is
I
the
followed with
Arbiter.
all the ships in my command.
There's the Pillar of Autumn. There's his command fleet that he was in charge of. And here's Halo from the first game.
Paralyzed? Dumbstruck?
No.
Yet the humans were able to evade your ships, land on the sacred ring, and desecrate it with their filthy footsteps.
Noble hierarchs, surely you understand that once the parasite attacked...
There will be order in this council.
You were right to focus your attention on the Flood. But this demon, this Master Chief...
By the time I learned the demon's intent, there was nothing I could do.
Noble prophet of truth, this has gone on long enough. Make an example of this bungler. The council demands it.
You are one of our most treasured instruments. Long have you led your fleet with honor and distinction. But your inability to safeguard Halo was a colossal failure.
Hey, where's heresy?
I will continue my campaign against the humans.
No, you will not.
Groups.
Soon the great journey
First
shall
introduced
begin.
in Halo 2, and
But
they
when it
continued
does,
on through, I think,
wait
to
your
Halo
heresy
4,
will
if
stay
I'm not
your
mistaken.
feet, and you shall be left behind.
Groups are kind of like a tribal group within this covenant of aliens, if you will. And there's kind of infighting within these groups. I mean, you have the
Plating was about to
grunts,
fail. There's
the
viscosity throughout
hunters,
the
the
gel layer.
elites. You have those
Optics
weird-looking
totally fried.
ball
And
sack
let's not
creatures.
even talk about the power supply. You know how expensive this gear is, son?
Tell that to the Covenant.
There's Master Chief. The humans are those aliens right there, right? All alien to each other. But yeah, so there's always like these tribes and these groups.
Well, I guess it was all obsolete
There's
anyway.
the Grunt Rebellion.
Your new
There was
suit's a Mark
the
6,
Hunters
just came up
had their
from Songnam this
thing.
morning. Try and take it easy until you
but
get used to the upgrades.
the elites have always
Okay,
been there from the
let's
beginning
test
with
your
the
targeting
Covenant.
First thing, please look at the top light. Good. Now look at the bottom light. All right. Look at the top light again. That's it. Now the bottom one. Okay. Tracking looks sketchy. I'm gonna run you through the full diagnostic. The diagnostic software sets your targeting system to be normal. Go ahead and look at each of the 4 lights, Chief. Yeah, you want me to leave it like that or make it inverted? Okay, now it's inverted. Go ahead and target them one more time. Should I leave it inverted or put it back to normal? I'll leave your targeting set to inverted. If you change your mind, you can switch the setting anytime. Stand by. I'm gonna offline the inhibitors.
So I have it inverted to follow
Move around
what
a
I
little,
have
get
for
a
most
feel
of
for
my
it. When you're
aviation
ready, come meet
games.
me by the
So
zapper.
Heliborn, for example, I have the controls inverted. Now, thing to
Go
note,
on.
this
Walk
is the
around, try
first
it out.
time since I've been recording this, and I've been
Something
recording
wrong, son?
Halo 2 now
Can't you
for like
move?
2 or 3 sessions. This being the third one. I did Legendary first, and I went to normal. Now this Heroic one, right?
Inhibitors are definitely off. You should be able to walk around.
So that was the first time he brought up that the controls are sketchy. Let's try this. That's the first time he did that. I don't know if that's a thing that they started in Heroic, or if it was something that I did with the with this while I was trying to look up and down. But that was the first time he did that, and now I have it inverted where forward is down and backwards is up, which I like because it follows my again my aviation games like Heliborn. You know, I like having inverted controls because that's the way it is in real life. Me as an Army aviator telling you, that's the way it is. Your controls are cyclic. You push forward, it's going to be nose low, so your viewing is going to go down. Basically, you're looking down. I mean, you're looking straight, but you're looking down. So your aircraft's looking down. And if you have the right power management given to the aircraft, right, your collective is in, you have power in, your torque setting is in, your aircraft's going to move forward at a forward airspeed because your pitch attitude is down, right? You're looking down. Remember, the controls that I have is the right joystick that you push forward. Well, the same control in the cyclic when you push forward is going to be a nose-low attitude, which is going to allow you to move forward and or down. And then if you move the right thumbstick towards you, so backwards, right? So for me, in the aircraft, you push back towards you with the cyclic, it's going to be a nose high attitude. Therefore, you would look up and you'd be able to climb or go backwards. You don't really want to go backwards, but you know. Anyways, I have it like that because it follows the gameplay, and I want that. I don't want where I get too used to a video game, and then all of a sudden I jump into a freaking aircraft, like a real helicopter, and then I'm like, oh yeah, totally, oh shit, and then I start fucking up. I get into an unusual attitude situation, and then my front or back seater is gonna be like, all right, unusual attitude recovery. I have controls, emergency attitude controls, and I'm like, great. Now we got to talk about this like I'm some fucking kid who doesn't know any better when I'm not. 32 years old. It's just whenever you fuck up, everyone talks to you like a kid. Doesn't matter who you are, because everyone does it like they're trying to teach you something. Not saying that that happens to me a lot. I'm just saying that anyone would be just as annoyed if they like condescend or patronize to you like that. Like, oh, you're doing it wrong. You not know how to fucking handle some controls. And then you can even be in the same room and you hear someone else doing that to somebody else. You're like, Jesus Christ, dude, come on now. We're all fucking adults here.
Pay attention, because I'm only going over this once. This station will test your recharging energy shields. Your new armor shields are extremely resilient, very efficient. Bingo! As you can see, they recharge a lot faster.
So that was the thing that they brought into Halo 2 here, was that the recharge for your shields is faster, as you just saw, compared to Halo 1. Halo 2 brought in this shield that's a lot faster. It also dissipates faster if you get shot at enough, versus Halo 1, where even on Legendary, you could get shot up. You could get shot up decently fast, but on this one, it's like, it's super fast, but it's also fast recovery, even for the difficulty settings. Now, what they also did in Halo 2 is that they removed your health bar versus Halo 1. Halo 1, you had health bars, right? How many was there? Was there like 7 or 10 of them? And then you had to go pick up a health kit if it got too low, right? And then you also had the energy shield. Well, in this game, you do not have health bars. Every once in a while in these maps, you will see health kits, but you cannot pick them up. All you have right now in Halo 2 is just this shield that's keeping you alive. Once your shield goes down, you get a few hits on a few to several hits on that on Chief here, on Master Chief here, John Spartan here. He's a Spartan, but I call him John Spartan because I think of the movie Demolition Man. But his name is John, and he's a Spartan, so I just go with it. Anyways, you get a few hits, and depending on the difficulty, it kind of determines how many hits it takes for you to die after your shields go down. So that's something to take note.
You can tell Lord Hood why we're late.
Now, if you're on Legendary difficulty, he's going to be here asking you to get on board. Once on Legendary difficulty, he tells you, would it kill you if I said please? If you jump on board once you're on Legendary difficulty on this elevator, you can pick up a skull down the tram over there or something like that. But I do not know if it happens on Heroic difficulty. I think it's only on Legendary.
Get your shiny green posterior on this elevator. Help if I said please?
So, Johnson, when you gonna tell me how you made it back home in one piece?
Sorry, Guns. It's classified.
My ass! Well, you can forget about those adjustments to your A2 scope.
Well, he's in a particularly fine mood. Maybe Lord Hood didn't give him an invitation.
No, it would only be on Legendary. It'd be like right there, that box you see, that's where it'd be at. So I like from the standard version here to the HD version that you see how much the uniform has changed. In the HD version here, they made it look more in line with what the current Navy has for their for their nice uniforms. What we call them in the Army is the dress blues. They're dresses. They're nice looking uniforms. For us, we call them dress blues now because they're supposed to resemble the blue uniforms that the Union soldiers used during the Civil War. And we'll be changing. Well, not really changing. I think we're adding on another uniform, the pinks and greens that they had in World War II. We're bringing, not we, but somebody's bringing that back and made it official. Right now, we're just waiting for more of an official statement that says, "Yep, everyone go ahead and start buying these." And guess what? More likely, we have to start buying them. Now, most people would say, like, "Oh, I thought they issued you your uniforms." It kind of depends. If you're an officer, so a warrant officer and above, you go buy your own uniforms because supposedly you make enough money to go buy your own shit. Some uniforms they do issue to you. So, like flight suits, for example, they're going to issue you those. Certain uniforms are going to issue. Like, there's this nice jacket I have. It's not a flight jacket. It's like an all-weather jacket. Hold up, let me see what it is exactly. There's a specific name. They issued this to me. This wasn't something I wanted. What is this? Jacket, weather, outer layer, the J-wall flame resistant. So this one they issued. Now, some uniforms, some things they issue to you, and then you hold on and keep. Others they issue to you, you hold on, and then you'd have to return because you don't keep everything the military gives you. And then others they just look at you and then they look at your rank and they're like, "Oh, you're an officer. You make enough money, go buy your own shit." And you're like, "That's not true." They got that idea. That's to make some money, but that's like once you reach the rank of captain, you make some decent money. Especially if you have a family. If you're single, first lieutenant, there's a big jumping gap in pay. Really, once you reach a certain point in the officer, warrant officers. The only time I can really say that you'd be comfortable enough that you've made some money is probably CW3, which would be the equivalent of a O3 being captain in the meaning is a CW2 and single. Well, yeah, it's money, but don't make money to go buy uniforms, especially when uniforms are expensive. Especially we're talking uniforms like this right here, what Sergeant Johnson has. Those are supposed to be your nice uniforms. They are going to cost a lot of money. Not only that, depending on what rank you are, you have to spend more money because you're going to have to add a whole bunch of other stuff to your uniform. So, I do like in this game that they made this look like the nice Navy all-white uniform because those are pretty nice. Those are pretty cool.
Earth. Haven't seen it in
And check that shit out.
When I shipped out for basic, the orbital defense grid was all theory and politics.
Just look at that uniform.
Now look, the Cairo is just
kind of what the Navy has.
geosync platforms.
With that being said, his
that Mac
rank.
gun can put a round clean through a Covenant capital ship.
I don't know.
Coordinated fire from the Athens.
His
the Malta,
rank, though, that's the
getting
thing.
past this battle
He's supposed to be a sergeant, right? So what are these bars that he has on his shoulders?
Ships have been arriving all morning. Nobody's saying much, but I'll bet something big's about to happen.
Again, this is like the Marine Corps Navy ranks that they're using. Those are just completely different from Air Force and Army. So, yeah. But the new pinks and greens that they have coming out, those are pretty cool. That they're bringing that back. There's some nice looking uniforms.
You told me there wouldn't be any
It's gonna be
cameras.
expensive
You
as
told
fuck,
me
though.
you were gonna wear something nice. Folks need heroes, Chief, to give them hope. So smile, would you? Well, we still got something to smile about.
So we're going to a ceremony, and he's going to basically public humiliation. We're going to have not really a promotion, but it's an award ceremony, and he's getting pretty much demoted, stripped of command and rank, and
If they came to hear me beg,
it's kind of shitty.
disappointed. Are you sure?
Gentlemen, we're lucky to have you back. Go ahead, Cortana.
Another whisper, sir, near Io. We have probes en route.
I apologize, but we're going to have to make this
I
quick.
can't tell what rank he...
You look nice.
Thank you.
It kind of bugs me because like I'm
Sergeant
looking
Major,
at Sergeant,
the Colonial
Sergeant
Cross is
Major,
awarded for acts
but
of singular
the rank that
daring
he
and
has
devotion.
looks like
For
he
a
would
soldier of the
be
United Earth Space Corps.
a captain or a first lieutenant. I swear the Navy goes like these weird ranks. I'm gonna look at it while this is going on.
Who would break our covenant?
I'm gonna look online while this video is going on. Let's see. Navy.
Commander Miranda Keyes, your father's actions were in keeping with the highest traditions of military service. His bravery in the face of impossible odds reflects great credit upon himself and the UNSC. The Navy has lost one of its best.
Yeah, see, the Sergeant Johnson there, Sergeant Major Johnson, he has on his shoulder the 03 lieutenant rank, or it would be a captain rank in the Army, in Air Force, the 03. That's what he has on his shoulder. But, you know what, let me look at...
Slip space ruptures directly off our battle cluster.
Show me.
15 Covenant capital ships holding position just outside the kill zone.
This is Fleet Admiral Harper. We are engaging the enemy.
Negative, Admiral. Form a defensive perimeter around the cluster. Commander, get to your ship. Link up with the fleet.
Yes, sir.
You have the Mac gun, Cortana. As soon as they come in range, open up.
Gladly.
Something's not right. The fleet that destroyed Reach was 50 times this size.
Sir, additional contacts. Boarding craft and lots of them.
They're going to try to take our Mac guns offline. Give their capital ships a straight shot at Earth. Master Chief, defend this station.
Yes, sir. I need a weapon.
Right this way.
War officer ranks. Now see, the Marine Corps has similar, well, link clauses. The Marine Corps has similar rank structure to what the Army has. The only difference is when you look at the enlisted side, right? So I'm looking at the enlisted side for the Marine Corps, right? So you have E1 private, then you have E2 private first class. Let's see, E2 private first class. So that's a little different. In the Army, it's an E2 private. And then E3, they have Lance Corporal, whereas for us, it would be a private first class. And then E4, you have Specialist and Corporal. And then over here, E4 is just Corporal. And then E5 is Sergeant, E6 Staff Sergeant, E7 Gunnery Sergeant, E8 Master Sergeant, E8 First Sergeant, E9 Sergeant Major, E9 Master Gunnery Sergeant Major, E9 Sergeant Major, E9 Master Gunnery Sergeant, and E9 Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. Warrant Officer ranks, W1, Warrant Officer, CW2, Chief Warrant Officer 2, CW3, Chief Warrant Officer 3, CW4, Chief Warrant Officer 4, CW5, Chief Warrant Officer 5, and then what the hell is that? CW02 to 5, Gunner. Okay. I don't know what that is. Maybe it has something to do with a specific job. a specific job for that specific rank from W2 on up. Because I see for the Marine Corps they have E9 Master Gunnery Sergeant, and the insignia in the middle is not a star or a diamond. It looks like a fucking bomb with like feathers at the top. So it basically looks like an old-fashioned bomb they had back in the day. And it's called a Master Gunnery Sergeant. So it's given, because again, I don't know much about the Marine Corps, but I'm making guesses here. Master Gunnery, because they also have an E7 that's a gunnery sergeant, but the gunnery sergeant rank there, it looks like a sergeant first class rank, but it has the cross rifles. So from Lance Corporal on up, you have cross rifles in the center, and the first sergeant rank it has the diamond in the middle, which is the same in the Army, and then sergeant major's got the star. But then you have Master Gunnery Sergeant, which has uh, it's got that little bomb in the middle, and then Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps got the Marine Corps insignia with 2 stars next to it. Sergeant Major's got the star, First Sergeant's got the diamond. But then over the warrant officers, you have CW225, and it says Gunner. So I'm guessing that's specific for the warrant officers. Warrant officers are technical experts, anyways. So I'm guessing that specific warrant officer, it has that rank from CW2 on up. So every one of them doesn't, you wouldn't be able to tell if it was a CW2 to a CW5. He just has that rank there. That's at least what I'm assuming based on what this picture's showing me. And then of course the warrant officer ranks in general, they look like ours, except in the Army, when you make CW3, you have 3 dots, whereas here you have 1 dot. And then CW4, you have 2 dots, whereas for us, we have 4 dots. But the difference here is that they have theirs color coded differently. So W1 and CW2 is red enamel with a gold bar in the background, and then CW3 and 4 is red enamel with a silver bar background. You have so the way it is for W1, you have 2 dots for red enamel, 1 gold dot in the middle. And then for CW2, you have 2 gold dots and 3 red dots enamel. And then for CW3, you have a silver dot with 2 red dots enamel, and then it's the same. It'll be silver, 2 dots with red enamel, 3 dots. And then the CW5 rank is basically a red line down the middle on a silver bar background. So if you think about it, it's kind of like a red lightsaber. So just picture that. For us in the Army, it's different. It's for every dot, it's basically the respective rank that it is. So W1, 1 dot, and for us, it's black. CW2, 2 black dots. CW3, 3 black dots. CW4, 4 black dots. CW5, 1 line, but it's black. The background color for ours is like green, which is stupid if you ask me, because it blends in with our uniform. So from a distance, you couldn't freaking tell who we really are. So it kind of confuses people. The officer ranks, though, for the Marine Corps is the same. So basically, in this game, they're using Navy ranks, even though they refer to each other as Marines. Now there are Navy elements here. I mean, it's USNC, right? So it's I don't know what that stands for in this game, but it's Navy and Marine Corps elements going on. Sergeant Johnson there, he's a sergeant major, and let's see, where is the Navy ranks again? We look at the Navy ranks. So, hold up. They said that he's a sergeant major, right? So that means he's an E9. However, the E9 rank here is not the same. No, he doesn't have the exact. They gave him a different rank. Yeah, see, I'm looking at I'm looking at Marine Corps uniforms here, and the Marine Corps has those uniforms. Because I'm looking at a guy right here who's basically a sergeant major, and Jesus Christ, got a lot of stuff. But Sergeant Johnson here, being a Marine, is using a Navy uniform, so he is showing that he's in the Navy. And Sergeant Major in the Navy, or if there even is a Sergeant Major. Let me look. No, see, they don't have that in the Navy. What they have is, so Seaman Recruit, Seaman Apprentice, there's a Seaman, Petty Officer Third Class, Petty Officer Second Class, Petty Officer First Class, Chief Petty Officer, Senior Chief Petty Officer, Master Chief Petty Officer, Command Master Chief Petty Officer, Fleet Force Master Chief Petty Officer, and then Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy. Let's see what this. The Navy also has warrant officers, Chief Warrant Officer. That's what theirs looks like. Okay. So, looking at this, it's a bit confusing because the rank insignia that he has on his shoulders says that he's an 03 lieutenant in the Navy, but the rank is equivalent across the board. Okay, so look at it this way. Ranks that you see in any military branch for the United States provided, especially if they're officer ranks, okay? Across the board, they're the same because they're going to have the same grade, right? So there's grades and ranks. The grade that you're looking at on Sergeant Johnson's shoulder is an 03 grade. So all you have to remember is you have to tell yourself, what grade does he have? What grade is that, you know? So it goes from 01 all the way to 011. In the Navy, well, in the Army, let's go with Army. In the Army, an 01 is a second lieutenant, a butter bar. They call them butter bars because it's a gold bar, but it's a freaking, it looks like butter, right? It's a butter bar. It's the first of the officers in the officer corps. Of course, part of the officer corps is the warrant officer corps, or cohort. That we used to be separate. The warrant officer corps, it used to be a warrant officer corps and then officer corps, right? And then somebody along the line said, oh no, let's not do that. You know, let's not keep them separate, but let's still keep them separate. And then they were like, okay, cool. All warrant officer corps, you're out of here. It's now the warrant officer cohort, and you guys are part of the officer corps. Okay, cool. Does that mean we still have to salute officers? And is our pay similar now? Or is our ranks adjacent to what officer ranks are? And then somebody started laughing at that. They're like, oh, yeah, you still have to salute officers, and no, you're not equal to us, and no, your pay is still going to be what it is. And it's like, well, that doesn't really make much sense. And mostly it was because people from a distance had a hard time trying to figure out warrant officers where they fit in. So then they were like, okay, let's make them fit in with the officer corps, but they're not really officers, even though they are. Wink, wink, not wink, not wink. And it was also the other thing was like there was a time frame where warrant officers wore the warrant officer emblem on their lapels, whereas officers wore the branch insignia, right? So you would tell an officer from a distance because they'll have like a lapel that showed aviator wings, for example, part of, it shows that they're, well, not aviator wings, but like the aviation branch, which was wings and a propeller, right? So then you're like, okay, that's an officer. He's got that. It's an officer because I can tell he's got all the gold or silver bling on his shoulders and this and that. That's an officer, right? Especially if you were looking at like their nice uniforms, right? Warrant officers, on the other hand, at a distance, you would see like gold on their lapels, and then there was their rank too. And you were like, wait a minute, I don't usually see that rank because warrant officers only like 1 to 5% of the U.S. military. It's a small number. I don't know the exact number, but there's not very many of us in the military. You'll see a lot of us in the aviation branch, and there's other branches that they're in too. It's just really, really rare that you see us in general. And you would see this gold lapel, this type of gold emblem on the lapel, and you're like, what the hell is that? And that's how you would tell that was a warrant officer, because they wore the warrant officer emblem, which the emblem was a golden eagle rising. Some people called it the squash bug, some people called it the scrambled eggs. I don't know why they called it that, because to me, whenever I look at it, it looks like a freaking golden eagle. That's, looks like he's spreading his wings and he's got like this golden wreath around him. It looks pretty cool. Basically, what it looked like, if you really want to know, like, I don't know what it is. If you know what the colonel rank looks like, the full bird colonel, right? The colonel rank, it's basically a silver eagle with like arrows underneath his like he's holding on to some arrows in his talons or whatever. Just picture that. Color him gold. Make his head turn the opposite direction of where the head is normally turned for the colonel rank, and then have a golden wreath, like in the background, just like around him. That's basically what our emblem was. So those are your WO ranks. That's your grade. WO something. That's the grade. The rank itself would be, named as Warrant Officer 1, Warrant Officer or Chief Warrant Officer 2, so on and so forth, right? So for the officer ranks across the board, it's 01 to 011. Difference is, depending on the branch that it is, military branch that it is, it's going to be called something different. So here in the Navy, I'm looking at the Navy ranks. 01 Ensign, 01 Ensign, that's the second lieutenant rank. 02 Lieutenant Junior grade is the first lieutenant, and it would be a first lieutenant in the Army. 03 Lieutenant is a captain rank, and that's what Sergeant Johnson had on his shoulder, was the captain rank. He had that 1 star and the 2 bars. That's the captain rank in the Army, or for the Navy, it was the lieutenant rank. And then you have 04 Lieutenant Commander, which is a major rank. Let's see, 05 Commander, which is a Lieutenant Colonel. 06 Captain, which would be a Colonel. And that's 4 bars. And then you have 07 Rear Admiral, which was a single star. And the shoulder, what is this? The shoulder for this, okay, so I'm looking at this. It says S8, 1 silver star on a gold background. SL, 1 2-inch gold stripe. Anyways, the Rear Admiral, lower half. Rear Admiral, lower half. That's Brigadier General. Rear Admiral, upper half would be Major General. 09 Vice Admiral, that would be your Lieutenant General. And then 010 Admiral would be a General. And this one's 4 stars. And then you have Fleet Admiral. That's a 5-star. But yeah, the rank that Sergeant Johnson there had, Sergeant Major, was the rank of a captain in the Army or a lieutenant in the Navy. It's kind of weird because I thought Sergeant Major Johnson there, well, I thought he was a Marine Corps guy. And Master Chief here, his rank apparently, he's more of a Navy personnel than a Marine Corps personnel. Is that what I'm understanding? So it's, I don't know. This game kind of throws me for a loop when it comes to its ranking structure.
Better late than never, sir.
All hands, report to battle station.
Also, check this out. So we're holding. This was the thing that they introduced in this game. Dual wielding weapons, right? So 2 weapons, right? Each hand, or 1 in each hand. The stock in the rear gets extended when you have a single. When you're holding it as a single weapon versus this, the stock gets received back in. So.
How's it going, Malta? Stand by. They're latched. Check your targets, watch the crossfire. They're in standard formation. Little bastards up front, big ones in back. Good luck, Cairo.
Field of fire on that bulkhead. As soon as that door opens, let them have it.
Open weapons lock.
New contact!
Okay, so heroic difficulty. This is okay. They're not dying as fast as they did normal. They are dying. I didn't lose anything, but I didn't lose anything but freaking ammo, and that's something that I need to be worried about because I don't like losing too much ammo. But it's a good thing to look out for in this game that heroic difficulty brought that far. This comes up here. That's great. Okay.
Seal pressure doors.
That must be him.
Anyways, if you've been paying attention, so Master Chief got an upgrade in this game. He doesn't have the Mark 5 or Mark 4 armor. I forgot what it is. Basically, he got armored up. You can tell that he looks different in this game now. Usually a leak pops up here. Yeah.
Security station 4.
There he is. The other thing, when you're reloading these, when you're dual wielding, when you're reloading any kind of dual wield weapon, it takes a while on the reload. So that's something else you have to be cognizant of. Sugar water. Some sugar. Yeah, water.
I got another contact. Brace for impact.
Oh shit! Now, they also introduced, obviously, new weapons, this being one of them, this little SMG. It's an okay weapon. You'd probably want to get rid of it real quick in Legendary difficulty. Here on Heroic, it's doing decently well. Anything past Heroic might be
Focus on the boarding craft, Chief. The Marines can handle the rest.
Because, as you can see right now, I'm running through ammo pretty quickly on this difficulty. And it's doable. It's doable.
Fire team, quarters in section 2.
Also, you have to be careful with the distance that certain weapons have. Like, this SMG is not going to be sniping anybody from great distances. Trying to save these guys, make sure they all don't die, but I think we lost some. Oh, there's the other one. Another weapon they introduced is this battle rifle. I do not like the battle rifle because they added a cool feature, which is this. I can zoom in. I have a 2x scope zoom, which is amazing. The issue with that is this rifle is a 3-round burst weapon. So to me, I don't like the 3-round burst because you shoot 3 rounds, then there's a pause to shoot another 3 rounds. I would much rather have this as a single shot weapon. That way I can control how fast I shoot.
Hey, check it out. The Malta's already driven up the borders.
Malta, what is your status? Over.
I don't believe it! They're retreating! We won!
This is bad. Real bad.
All hands, brace for impact.
Get on out here so I can smoke you.
Alert. Hostiles have reached the port match bay.
Get the hell out of there! Just like chicken.
Now, the trick that I used to do with the plasma pistol cannot be done in this game. In the first game, I'd be able to shoot this before burning it up too fast, right? Like, you know, it burns your hands, but watch this. Already, it just
Chief,
burned my
I'm showing
hand.
active boarding craft nearby. Find them.
So, but you can dual wield. So, that could possibly help. But the problem is, I cannot do that fast shooting with the left weapon. My left hand doesn't shoot that fast. My right hand shoots pretty fast, but because it's my dominant hand, and that's what I do in real life whenever I go to a shooting range, the right one can actually do some pretty good fast shooting. The left is not going to do that, so.
Boarders have reached the communications deck.
So as you can see, the left ends up being more of a support weapon than the right.
Quick response team to the communications deck.
Looked like he was going to throw a grenade.
We have hostiles on the command deck.
Now, as you can see on heroic difficulty, these grunts are more likely to toss grenades. Oh, shit.
Orders have reached the communications deck. Quick response team to the communications deck. Alert. We have hostiles on the command deck.
God, that they can knock you. I think on heroic they can pretty much knock you out with one hit, so that's kind of.
Orders have reached the communications deck.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can do this. You can like mix weapons.
Response team to the communications deck. Alert. We have hostiles on the command deck.
Uh-oh. Hey, they're leaving the Athens.
Cortana, assessment.
That explosion came from inside the Athens, same as the Malta. The Covenant must have brought something with them. A bomb.
Then they sure as hell brought one here. Chief, find it. All non-combat personnel to pressure zone.
Master Gunnery. Or as Sergeant Johnson called Master Guns. Now, he dropped a shotgun. There is a possibility that you can come up here and save him. It's kind of tough to do, but I'll go ahead and take the shotgun. And we're limited to 12 on 36 shots, so So I think that's a total of 48, or is it a total of 36?
I need a squad.
I don't know how they're doing that, but I'm gonna take the 2 SMGs and the shotgun. Now the shotgun, it doesn't feel as powerful as it did in the first game, but it's this.
Pursuant to Office of ONI Retrieval and Acquisition's inquiry of 26 September 2552, the following is a target profile of Thel Vadami, Supreme Commander of the Covenant Fleet of Particular Justice, compiled by Lieutenant Commander Locke. First confirmed contact with Vadami came in 2535 on an unofficial human colony known as the Rubble. After-action reports from civilians, as well as Spartan Units 006, 111, and 120, suggest that Vadami was at that point a relatively minor functionary of the Prophet of Regret. Spartan 006 engaged Vadami in combat on the Rubble. Both parties survived the encounter. Shortly after 2535, the UNSC first encountered the newly formed Covenant Fleet of Particular Justice, now led by Vadami. Review of early engagements with this fleet show that it quickly grew in size from 5 to nearly 60 ships as Vadami cut a path through many human systems. ONI Section 3 made multiple attempts to anticipate or even track Vadami's movements at the cost of a number of operatives' lives. Vadami eluded all such efforts, and he continued his unpredictable and devastating campaign. Vadami also stands out from other Covenant commanders in the frequency in which he takes a personal role in ground assaults.
Huh, okay. I didn't know about that one. We'd have to keep an eye out for these things. Is it on this? Oh, it's not. So it's only on the advanced or HD version. I'll have to keep a lookout for these. We never got any explanation on the other Spartan that was on that was in the records for the Pillar of Autumn, did we? There was supposed to be a female Spartan there. I forgot her name.
Not a lot of time on the clock, Chief.
You shut up. Just one bullet left on that rifle.
Hang on, everyone.
Again, if you kill the elites, and they're the only ones in the area, the grunts will freak out.
All non-combat personnel report to evacuation station.
Now, on harder difficulties, just like in the first game, sometimes the grunts do not care if an elite dies, and they'll keep fighting. Get shot. Need ammo. Oh, did he go? Did he go through?
All hands, we are abandoning the station. All personnel, prepare to abandon station. Fire team to Terminal 2.
So, yeah, the shotgun in this game doesn't have as much of a powerful shot as it did in the first game. Like the first game, it was like when you shot it, it took them out. It was like boom, you know, it sounded great too. But in this game, it's not really. Oh, God, no, it isn't. Anything that says incoming terminal message. Nope. Okay. Look out for those.
Chief!
Come on, Chief, this way.
Ask yourself this question. Is what I'm doing right now helping Cortana keep this station from blowing into tiny, tiny bits? Sir, boarders have breached the fire control center. They have a bomb.
Can you defuse it?
Yes, but I'll need the Chief's help to make contact with the detonator.
Chief, get to the bomb, double time. Cortana, prioritize targets and fire at will.
Damn it, I gotta do this again.
Sir, boarders have breached the fire control center. They have a bomb.
Can you defuse it?
Yes, but I'll need the Chief's help to make contact with the detonator.
Chief, get to the bomb, double time. Cortana, prioritize targets and fire at will.
These checkpoints kind of fucking suck.
Sir, boarders have breached the fire control center. They have a bomb.
Can you defuse it?
Yes, but I'll need the Chief's help to make contact with the detonator.
Chief, get to the bomb, double time. Cortana, prioritize targets and fire at will.
First echelon, you're with me. Blanket those cruisers. Take them out one by one. Second echelon, keep those carriers busy.
Registering all hostile vessels inside the building. 13 cruisers. I'm going loud.
Jesus Christ.
Alert. Boarders, port dry dock.
Just a friendly reminder, bomb.
through, sir. They're heading straight for the Cairo.
Cortana, concentrate your fire on the first carrier. Admiral, do what you can against the second.
Everyone, form up. Follow my lead.
The first carrier completely ignored us, sir. Blew through the Malta's debris field and headed straight for Earth.
Look how fucking back we are.
Everyone, form up. Follow my lead.
The first carrier completely ignored us, sir. Blew through the Malta's debris field and headed straight for Earth.
God damn it!
The first carrier completely ignored us, sir. Blew through the Malta's debris field and headed straight for Earth.
Oh my fucking god.
The first carrier completely ignored us, sir. Blew through the Malta's debris field and headed straight for Earth. The first carrier completely ignored us, sir. Blew through the Malta's debris field and headed straight for Earth. The first carrier completely ignored us, sir. Blew through the Malta's debris field and headed straight for Earth. carrier completely ignored us, sir. Flew through the Malta's debris field and headed straight for Earth. Just so you know, there are quite a few elites guarding the bomb. You may need to get creative.
Me, inside your head, now.
How much time was left?
You don't want to know.
Cairo, this is an Emberclad. The carrier shield is down. I'm in position and ready for immediate assault.
Negative, Commander. Not against a ship that size. Not on your own.
Sir, permission to leave the station.
For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
Permission granted.
Did that guy have the Medal of Honor as one of the enemies?
I know what you're thinking, and it's crazy.
So, stay here.
Unfortunately for us both, I like crazy. Just one question. What if you miss?
I won't.
Starship troopers met aliens. Talking about the two different franchises. That's in a sense what Halo is almost. You have Starship Troopers, like the movie, right? The books, the comics, the show, right? So that's Halo, kind of. And then you have the movie Alien, the Alien series, right? So you have these aliens, and then you have the Flood, which would be like aliens themselves, and of course you have the Covenant.
For a brick, he flew pretty good.
Chief, get inside. Gear up. We're taking this fight to the surface.
Any idea what it means?
Dear humanity, we regret being alien bastards. We regret coming to Earth.
And we most definitely regret the Corps just blew up our raggedy-ass fleet! Hoorah!
Regret is a name, Sergeant. The name of one of the Covenant's religious leaders, a prophet. He's on that carrier, and he's calling for help.
Gotta be simple.
Immediate. Grid Kilo 23 is hot. Recommend mission abort.
Roger, Recon. It's your call, Sarge.
We're going in. Get tactical, Marines!
Master Chief, get aboard that carrier. Secure the Prophet of Regret. This is the only place on Earth the Covenant decided to land. That Prophet is going to tell us why.
Stand by.
Whoa.
Wouldn't be saying whoa, I'd be returning immediately. Of all the places that they could have trimmed their aircraft, they kept going down the straight line path, which doesn't make any sense to me.
Should I start CPR? What's going on?
Shake it off, Marines! Clear the crash site. Go, go, go!
Come on, sir, that was mine. Incoming.
If they didn't know we're here before, they do now. Yep, here they come. Up high.
Whoa! That was me! Oh, man.
If they didn't know we're here before, they do now. Yep, here they come. Up high.
New contact! Lost track. They never knew what hit them.
Four on the street, left side.
I killed one! Oh, yeah! Heads up!
We got jackals in the courtyard.
There's another one! Ha! Scram! All right! On three. Before I leave. Let me at him! What's the matter, you mongrel? Scared?
Across the street, down low. Across the street, down low. Heads up. Fire in the hole.
Target neutralized! Yeah, that's the way.
Eyes up! Phantom's back! Eyes up! Phantom's back! Eyes up! Phantom's back!
Eyes up! Phantom's back!
I ain't having much fun.
These checkpoints.
On the other side of these buildings. Meet you there. Over. Copy that. I'm looking at the section on the gate.
Hunters.
Stand back, Marine. The chief took out. Done.
Second squad, this is Cortana. What is your status? Over.
We're operational, ma'am. Barely. Our pilots didn't make it.
Find a hole. Stay put. We'll come to you.
Only thing worse than Jackal. Jackal with a sniper on.
Sergeant, I need you on that bird. My Pelicans are going to start airlifting armor and reinforcements into the city. Still need an escort that isn't afraid of a little hostile ground fire.
Understood. I'll keep an eye on them. Chief, good luck.
That was great.
You piece of shit. God damn.
Chief, glad you could make it. Crash site's on the other side of this hotel, Chief. Covenant are crawling all over it. Follow me. Stay out of sight. Grenade! Get the hell out of there! Come on, move up! Let's go! I'm in, Jake. Hey, come on, watch it, sir.
The highest concentration of Covenant troops is directly below the carrier. I don't think they want you to get on board. That bridge is the most direct route to the city center.
Welcome aboard, Chief. There, she's pulling a little to the left. Sorry, Chief. She's a screamer.
I was trying to get the other guy, but whatever.
Oh, man, I love the beach.
I hope you packed a suit, mate.
Cut the chatter. We got trouble.
Hooah! Oh, man! God, man! Got a ways to go!
Kick them while they're down! Get them!
Hi, man! Shut him up good! these guys just don't learn. No! Show your out.
Over the top, guys!
Phantom, heads up!
Pull back!
Ow! Ugh. No!
Ow! Oh, God! Hurts like a star!
This one! Here it comes! Oh, yeah, that one now.
Chief, the carrier just launched a wave of pods. They're inbound on your position.
Come on now!
I'm hurt!
Oh, look, another one.
Camber was a major manufacturing center for UNSC fleet materials with a population of 5.6 million. After discovering Camber's location, Vadamy penetrated the early warning perimeter without alerting UNSC forces and began his ground and orbital attacks before most of the planet knew they were in danger. While 17 of his ships bombed key defensive positions, Vadamy led a group of elites in a personal assault on UNSC System HQ. One of the first units to engage Vadamy was the 3rd Battalion Reserves, who were so unprepared for the arrival of the Covenant forces that Vadamy found them unarmed and defenseless. In an unexpected display of what appears to be honor, Vadamy allowed the 3rd to finish gearing up before engaging them in combat. While we've had multiple reports of a strict system of honor and ritual behavior followed by the elites within the Covenant, this is the first recorded example of such honor being shown to human opponents. But even given the chance to defend themselves, 3rd Battalion losses were complete. Vadamy continued his campaign across many human systems, culminating in his most devastating blow against the UNSC at Reach.
It's making me wonder how many of these were hiding about. They're just chilling up here. Oops.
Do I owe you money or something?
This is what we are. Take that.
More the merrier, sir.
Now you get. There we go. This could be a great idea, or this could be a bad idea.
This tunnel links up to the bridge. It's full of rats, if you know what I mean. But it beats swimming. I've been analyzing the Covenant tactical chatter. They're surprised, confused. I don't think they expected us to be here. Not you and me. All of us. Humanity on Earth. Odd, I know, but it does help explain why they came here with such a small fleet.
Pressing forward, man.
Wait, come back, I need yours! I need your vehicle! Come back here, you dick!
Incoming!
just killed her. So maybe that rocket launcher was a bad idea.
New contact!
Oh shit! See, that's why. Yeah, there you go. Problem is, if there's a bad guy like right in front of us, go get him. Get him! And see, when you give weapons like that to the to your friendlies, they have infinite ammo. So you just keep shooting and shooting.
Here I come. Well, goodbye.
Run, carrying a turret! Run, man! No!
A scratch.
No, no, not at all. Get back here, you.
The Covenant must be trying to regroup. Don't let them.
I did that because they ended the last one. Do not remember if the weapons transfer over or not. I'm gonna say no, but this next level they're gonna give you a Scorpion tank to take on this bridge, and there's a way to get across the bridge real quick. We use the tank, steal the Banshee.
It blew right through us. 50 cal rockets didn't do a thing.
Where's the rest of your platoon?
Wasted, Sarge.
And we will be too, sir, if we don't get the hell out of here.
You hit Marine?
No, sir.
Then listen up. When I joined the Corps, we didn't have any fancy schmancy tanks. We had sticks. 2 sticks and a rock for a whole platoon. And we had to share the rock. Buck up, boy. You're one very lucky Marine.
What about that scout?
He says
We've all
something
run the
different on every
simulations.
difficulty.
They're tough, but they ain't invincible. Stay with the Master Chief.
I think on normal difficulty,
Yes,
he
sir,
says
Sergeant.
the Chief
Thanks
is
for
going to
the
take
tank.
this tank,
He never
roll
gets me
down the
anything.
bridge, and take out any Covenant that gets in the way. Heroic, he says
I know
this.
what the
Legendary,
Navy's
I
like.
don't remember what he says. But that's pretty funny. We had to stick 2 sticks in a rock, and we had to share the rock. That's awesome. Just shit out of each other. So, oh shit, we better this guy's been there. Now, I've mentioned this before in Halo 1, and I'll say it again in Halo 2. This is an amazing tank, unique features on it. You have like the different, so you have like the different set of rollers and I just like the design of it. So you got like, it's a really big set of tracks. And then you have the rollers, and then there's separate sets of rollers, right? So you have like what's this? The front one's 1, 2. You got like 6. Whatever the case is a unique design because there's a split here, as you can see. So each one's being driven. You know, if you think about it, it's kind of like independent suspension to a degree. And independent wheels for this tank, whereas a normal tank has 1 set of tracks, and like 1 set of rollers per side, and then you have the engine in the rear or the front, but mostly in the rear, that's driving that whole set with the transmission being pushed through. Because you have like the front lead roller. There's a specific name for it. I call it front lead roller, and there's a rear lead roller, depending on if it's forward driven or rear driven for forward gears, but. This is pretty cool because now you have to think about this one big strong engine and being sent to a transmission that's like all or 4-wheel drive with differentials and axles for these tracks and rollers. So that's a pretty cool design. And of course, the coup de grace for this tank is the armament that it comes with. So you have this coaxial gun right here, okay, and then you have the main gun. Now, how fast this tank shoots that gun tells me that it's a small caliber main armament gun. So I'm thinking anywhere, well, it's got to be bigger than a 57 millimeter, but it's anywhere from 57 up to 83, 87, 90 millimeter. I don't think that's a 100 or a 120 or 122 or 125 millimeter, that's for sure, because the bigger the rounds, the heavier the projectile is, and it's one individual who's doing this in a tank. Sometimes it's 2, but in this tank, it's the chief who's driving and shooting. So that means that this tank comes with some kind of automated reload system that takes the rounds and puts it in, right? So for something like that, it has to be a lightweight projectile, lightweight armament that they're using. So this has got to be, I don't know, 90, 83 millimeter in that range or something, because you need something strong enough.
I'm in. Let's go.
Yeah. And what I'm going to try and do is not have these guys die. Also, I cannot do the trick there's a trick that you can do. If you look at it online, there's a way to get across the map, and then once you get somewhere through the map, you're able to jump into a Banshee and take the Banshee the rest of the way. I've done it before where I didn't have to jump across the map. All I ended up doing was when I saw the Banshees showing up, this is all I did. I just jumped up here, jumped here, and then I waited for the Banshees to come close, because the Banshees tend to like, they tend to like, the AI for them tends to want to like do this kamikaze dive bomb attack on you, and then all you do is when you see them come at you, you just dodge a little bit while you're staying up here balanced, and then they charge at you, and you just jump up and jump in, and that's pretty much it. But I don't want these guys dying. I want to keep them. Also, for the female Marine here, I think that voice actress, not that one. I think the voice actress is that Michelle Rodriguez? I'm not sure, but I think it's Michelle Rodriguez. They could have done a better job of making her look like Michelle Rodriguez. But it certainly doesn't look like her. Sounds like her, but it doesn't look like her.
Come on, shake those legs.
Now, I gotta be careful with the guy with the rocket, because he can damage us, damage himself, kill himself, hurt the other one.
Trouble, brother.
Yeah, you see how fast it's shooting. Just kill me. I lost the guy with the rocket launcher, and I really needed him because he could help out. Of course, he could also injure himself and others, but it's very helpful to have a guy.
Look sharp.
Let's go. One more for me.
Now, that did not sound like Michelle Rodriguez. The cutscene sounded like her, but that one part right there did not. Where she was like, just one more for me. It didn't sound like her voice. So maybe they got someone that sounds like her? I smell Chinese food. What is this? I'm hungry for Chinese food. What time is it? Okay, I have a plan of what I want to do. So, I agree. Finish this map because I'm going to Did we lose any allies? I know there's an ally over here. There's a soldier over here, green, who's gonna like start running down this bridge or something. So here's where that scarab shot that green shot at that that warthog that jumped through. And our friend should be right here. There he is. Hey, now we got two guys with this amazing rocket launcher gun. Look at that, that's awesome. That is just freaking awesome. Is there any... Uh-oh. Smoking up some fumes that isn't exactly healthy for Master Chief.
Oh, coming in! Go now! Contact! Hey, careful!
I pretty much have these two shooting for me. It'd probably help if I can get the one of them on the right side, but it's fine. Because if I want both of them to shoot, I'd have to turn the tank like this.
Quite a welcome party.
Ah, they fucking killed him. Last checkpoint. I don't want to freaking lose any of these guys. They got strong weapons.
Okay, enemy spotted. Right, check yourself.
Come on, let's go.
Secure the area.
It's tight quarters on the other side, sir. Use this.
Form up behind the chief. Got it.
this piece of shit. I thought it was one of those like special glitches or something.
To hell with you! Come on, press!
That demon is dead.
Move it up!
We're not stopping!
Lock and load, full auto! I know you're there.
Look out!
All right, this is it, people. Hey, hold on.
Less time here, more time there.
It's a ghost! It's a ghost! Ghost inbound!
Okay, everyone be cool.
Got another contact!
We fucking killed our guys.
There are a number of Marines trapped in that building, Chief. Concentrate on the Wraiths. They're the biggest threat.
Well, it's about frickin' time! Oh, cut down in a time of existence! Lock it on, boys! It's time for some cold cuts! Brace up, it's gonna get hot! Look sharp! Keep going! Pull your asses back! All right, time to earn your checks. Lock and load.
There's a Marine command post in that building. We'll need to help them deal with that scarab. We need to link up with those Marines, Chief. Head for their command post.
Sir, Corporal Perez, A Company. CP's this way. The lieutenant got hit as soon as we dropped in.
Hey, look, another one.
Vadamy's most recent and damaging blow to the UNSC was the fall of Reach. Oni has still not been able to fully determine how Vadamy located the planet, and once again, he caught us completely by surprise when his forces arrived in orbit and on the ground. Vadamy is responsible for over 1 billion total casualties and the loss of at least 7 human planets. His forces have defeated all UNSC counterattacks at the cost of 123 fleet vessels and over 23,000 personnel. And now with Reach lost, Oni and UNSC strategic AI report a 0% confidence that the Navy can stop Vadamy through traditional means. In the opinion of this investigator, Vadamy is the most dangerous Covenant military asset on the field. It's common knowledge that the Covenant have a significant technological advantage over the UNSC, but are sometimes inflexible in their tactics. This is not the case for Vadamy. We cannot predict what he'll do next, but given time, we fear he will dismantle all remaining UNSC strongholds. This agent's recommendation: immediate termination. If humanity wants to survive this war, we cannot do it with Vadamy on the field.
Who's in charge now, Corporal?
Sergeant Banks, ma'am. He's up top. Come on, I'll show you.
Yeah, I think we're almost close to finishing up here. Just have to get on the scale.
When I asked for reinforcements, I didn't think they'd send a Spartan.
We got trouble.
See this look? It's terror!
Marine, did I give you permission to bitch? I don't think it's stopping. Just our heads down.
Hey, what do you know? I could do with some rocket launcher, actually. Oh, what do you know? Take that. No! So, I don't know if there was another way onto that that scarab, but you'd have to make a decision really quick. I want this, and I want the shotgun because it's going to be close.
What's the matter, you mongrel? Scared?
Yeah. All right. We're on board. What's up? Hey, what are you doing? That was on me. Every other time it was the video game, but that time it was on me. For the third time. For the third time. Yeah. Eat the dishes. Yeah. You want some too? I got some for you. Oh shit. Fuck out of here. Alright. Oh shit. Oh fucking shit. Hash browns and onion coming up. Get out of here. What you doing charging me? What are you doing? Oh no, I don't play those games. You get the fuck away from me. Come on. Come on. Oh shit!
That elite was an ultra, and those pilots are no pushovers either.
Thanks for telling me after the fact that he killed me. Like that. For the fourth time. That's a bit strange. He didn't die. Fuck shot.
We can't go any further this way. We have it trapped.
Stop shooting me, please. Oh, you dick. Oh, nice. We're all the way back here. Took a while.
That's right, you mothers! Run!
Not if we can help it, Sergeant. Extract the chief and return to an amberclad.
Roger that. Status.
Sir, the Prophet is bugging out. Request permission to engage.
Negative, Commander. All Vector 2 heavies for Starside intercept.
Bam! Slip space rupture off the target's bow. It's going to jump inside the city.
There's no time, sir.
Green light. Green light to engage.
Punch it. Get us close.
Ma'am, without a destination solution...
We are not losing that ship.
Right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna go get some food to eat, and then we're gonna come back and continue with this game. Just let me get to a pause mode. This right about there. Okay, see you in a bit.